Hey guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I have been away a while, but I feel like there's a message coming through today that's really poignant, so I want to share with you. I hope you've all been well. I missed you all, and before I get started, I'm just going to call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, anyone else, any other spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I ask them to join us to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself this reading, and of course any of you who would ask for that as well. And I just want you guys to remember to take whatever this is, and if it resonates for you, great. If not, disregard it. And know that no matter what messages bring today, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get the kinds of fulfillment you'd like to see, as well as to engage in the healing process when it is time to do that, because we cannot heal without we have the magician here, we can't heal without our own involvement in something, okay? So this is the Garbage Pail Tarot that I was also super drawn to. Any 80s babies, or, like any of you guys, we know that we've got the magician here, okay? I'll set that right here if it will. Because I also want you to know what I'm hearing is on this is you are the master of your own reality, okay? You have the King of Swords here. I have the Three of Coins. I love these guys. They're disgusting, right? He's juggling his snot, and everyone over here is like super worried if he's gonna drop it, right? But it's his snot. And you have the Five of Swords. I feel like for some of you, for sure, this is like definitely a man. Could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who, what I heard here is like there's a lot of change in a lot of ways, a lot of things happening in the spirit realm to kind of help change the thinking. For some of you, this has nothing to do with actually anybody else other than you, is that you're in your King of Swords energy, you're in your high vibration, and you're really understanding things. And I do feel like with this three here, that there's a real importance on, working together and kind of also realizing what I heard is because, like, you see them, like, they're like, oh no, is with this Five of Swords too. I think it's like, yes, we're changing the way we're thinking. Sorry, but we're also, I got a cat down there, so I'm on a weird angle because of my cat, but we're also kind of taking stock on, we've got the aliens down here too, as well as what I heard is like how we're impacting other people as well, right? How when we're working with each other, we need to be kind of working together in a way that we are changing our ways too on what for what I heard is on this is like partnership, or what like how to build things stable. And also what I heard is for the future and the long lasting, okay? So the clouds are going to be really important here, as well as I'm being drawn to his butterfly bee hat. So just know again, you are the master of your realities, okay? And I heard realities because I was drawn to this, like the infinity symbol, and it's feeling like, because what I heard is like, okay, there are passed on lessons, or lessons that are going to come with us through each lifetime, right? That we have to learn a little bit, maybe we got to tweak, and things and experiences are going to happen to us for us to see those lessons, to understand and grow and evolve. Okay, and what's going to happen with that is what we make it. If we're coming from a lower vibration, these things are happening to us and it's horrible. And if we're coming from a higher vibration, it's realizing the implications into the broader, what I'm going to say, is reality or spectrum of our life, to be able to see how, these situations and these lessons have been learned, and how, they flow in and out in the ebb and flow of what's happening in our life and our life lessons. And as we grow and evolve, because if you are on this earth, if you woke up today, it is another chance to grow and evolve. That's part of us in this human condition. So right away, I have the energy oracle here. I believe that's what it is. And you have the third chakra, so your solar plexus. This is a lot of self-confidence in yourself. This is also, I heard, like trust. And trusting in yourself, trusting in your being, knowing, what I heard is like what I heard is the magnitude of your wealth, and this wealth is what's inside of you. But it's also, what I heard is in some ways this connection to spirit, even though, because we've got the 3 of coins here, right? 3 of Pentacles, often associated with being connection with spirit, right? But also this solar plexus energy as well. For some of you, another thing I heard is, especially if you hold a lot of weight around your belly, that as you work on this, and this is also your autonomy, right? That this anyway, as you work on this autonomy and using your voice and knowing what is authentic to you, you're going to see some of that really start to shed off, because it's literally the weight of other people's opinions that have kept you in a certain place. For some of you, you may have somebody or people around you as well that what I heard were control narratives or have in the past, and it's really seeing past some of those things if that's been part of your world. Okay, I want to get a little bit more, and then I have the Dungeons & Dragons Tarot. I also wanted to pull it. So you also have financial constraints here, and I'm going to check the bottom of the deck. It's all tied up, and romance wants to show me a little bit too. I do feel like as well this has to do with working together in terms of this, if this is with partnership, really knowing that this is together financially, right? It says pooling resources and having everybody be, what I heard was some of it is accountable, but also knowing that like working together to pool resources, and there could be issues where, as well as at this point, you could be going through something that is kind of straining you financially. Let's get a little bit more. And the door to romance, all tied up. Like there's something here that, you know, it's headspace. Tell me a bit more. I'm going to get into Dungeons & Dragons in a minute, but thank you. You have a woman holding a heart and appreciation. I feel like, again, this is going back a lot to being the magician and having clear thoughts and being like, you know what, financial, we go through ebbs and flows of that too. Sometimes you're rolling in it, or you feel like it, or you've got extra, and sometimes you don't. And it's how we work through those moments. The woman holding the heart here, I do feel like there's a real, like this definitely feels like relationship. Just kind of like holding it there. Okay, so the words I heard is, as we're stepping into our authentic truth and moving in heart-centered truth, moving the ways that are us, 100% you. You are within your autonomy. You have strong solar plexus. With this energy, you know you, right? You know your choices. Also, what I'm hearing is for some of you, like if you are making a decision or something's happening, how do you feel in this area, right? Like if you're, some of it's, you could have anxiety. For some of you, the anxiety could definitely be through financial constraints, because, you know, there's a feeling of lack or lack mentality, which is this 5 of Swords too. Okay, because I feel like it's important to note that a lot of times people struggle with financial worries, and they struggle with that within relationship, and it can have a horrible effect on relationships as well if we're not open and truthful about like, hey, this is what's happening. Because I want you to see, as this 5 of Swords, as they're fighting, as he's defeated this alien, he's also got himself cut in two as well. Like nobody, if we are changing the ways that if we aren't going to change the ways we're thinking, or for some of you this is directly communication, right? If we're going to be, we want to do it with the least casualties, is what I heard. I heard warfare as well for some of you, like, and this is definitely, I heard I have the Chariot at the bottom, moving past that, okay? So if there's been arguments or whatnot because financial constraints or anything like that, I feel like they're saying use this time wisely to kind of like open up those lines of communication, take a moment to view not just your own, but the other point of view, because also sometimes they're saying with this, you think what you create, and if you are constantly thinking in a certain pattern, you're going to create situations that exist in. So they're just saying kind of like take a moment, step back, and give yourself some time to breathe. You have the Ace of Charisma here, which I'm not super, I think this is Wands, but I just want you to see it's like you're being offered this quest, and how you respond, Temperance on the bottom with the Two of Wisdom, is what have you learned as things have come into balance. You are being offered this sword. You are being offered this chance. You are being offered this moment in time to move forward in your most authentic, your best self. And how you choose to proceed is going to be up to you. Having appreciation for yourself, the world around you. I also want to say as well, this is really important. She's in a rose garden. For some of you, it's just so important to appreciate the little things in life. And they're giving me the words glimmer. Appreciate the glimmers. Because as you enter through this next stage in life, every single day, like I said, we have a chance to grow and evolve. And there's so many things in here that remind me of like tasting the fruits, okay? Engaging your senses, smelling the flowers, painting, being creative, doing things that challenge you, doing things. We have the Four of Strength here as well, and partnership as well, that build strength, that are going to build your character as well. What I heard. So interesting, I knocked down the crystal ball. But doing the things that build your character, they're like, you've already done so many things to build your character, but they want you to build your experience. They want you to create life experiences that you're going to treasure and remember. And also, if some of the things I heard is trauma for some of you, there is, some healing to be done, and we all have healing work. There's things in all of our worlds that I'm sure need to be healed, and that's one of those things, especially if you feel like you're on sort of a spiritual journey, knowing that those heavy or dense energies are the things that we hold on to that aren't serving our highest good. There needs to be kind of a removal for a space of renewal, is what I heard as well. So really ensuring that like you are caring with your own heart, and you are also being trustworthy and caring with the hearts of those that you're involved with, right? And that what I heard for some of you is like bandaged or bruised, just knowing as well, like if you've been patching this up, they're saying, just to be wary of putting yourself in positions where you feel like the patches are being torn off, okay, if that makes sense. It's not for everyone. But you have the Queen of Charisma under here as well, which is, I love this card. Which I also feel like could be, if you do feel like that, okay, if there is someone around you doing this on purpose, being aware of it. And, because this Queen of Charisma, she can be so loving and caring and kind, but it also, I feel like that could be part of you as well, just letting your own energy back. But if it is something where things are being ripped off, we need to put a stop to that. And I love this card as well, because this is so much strength, right? This is so much strength, so much growth. This is partnership. This is really understanding, something you've grown. It's come to a point, right? And for some of you, I feel like too, this is just really tuning into that nurturing side of yourself that, like there's an importance here of the pie, right? And the growth and the warmth and the providing. To remember that, those are those things. However, flip side, okay, there is just, like I said, because I heard about the bandage being pulled off, that you see it and you put an end to it, okay? But this is also just that there is so, what I heard is a lot of love in the connection with the Three of Strength here as well. You've got, it looks like wings, but it's just almost like I feel like you are being heavily watched over and guided over, and just know that your spirit team has your back, and your well-being. And I saw this, I wanted to show you because I pulled a bunch up, so I'll show you what I pulled out first was Strength. I love this card, right? And for some of you this is brute strength, but this is also like the more we what I heard is take accountability and take charge for our own bullshit, okay? The stronger we grow, because we have become a fierce warrior. We, especially as, you know, what I heard for some of you is like, with this woman holding the heart, is like you're entering into this next stage of womanhood. For some of you, it's like adulthood, for anybody, adulthood, but you're moving into this next step of what that's going to look for you. So this Three of Strength, you've got the moon here, and I love that's almost like the crystal ball, but she's holding it, right? The skeletons around her, it may be what's in the hidden realm. You do see like there is a crossing somewhat into the veil, but she's protected, eyes closed, not afraid of what is in the unseen. The Five of Strength here as well. With the Four of Charisma. I'm just going to get some clarification on that, and I'm going to let you guys go. But the Four of Charisma, please, with the Five of Strength. What's this about? The moon. For some of you, I heard you're really growing in your magic. And sitting tight on those treasures. I love this dragon, by the way. But I do feel like there's a fierce guarding of whatever you're working on, or whatever you've accomplished up until this point. It could be things that... Can I have some clarification, please? They're just telling me the Strength card. And then underneath that's the Hierophant with 5 birds around her. It just feels like a lot of change coming. Oh, they show me death under here as well. As I say, there's a lot of change coming, right? There's a lot of changes. And there's things being put to rest now. You have the Emperor underneath. Right? I think a lot of things are being put to rest. And if you see, his head's bloating. Things are changing. So what I heard is like this is a really good time again to step into your autonomy, step into who you are, your authority, and make the choices that are going to be right for you going forward. And the last card I want to show you, with this Page of Charisma, right? Walking with the tiger, about to go in, and like this also feels like battle kind of thing, right? Like walking in, not sure what you're going into, but you've got like, she's got her big kitty, right? The hands there, this is partnership as well. And I feel like in a lot of ways, whatever this is, this tiger's, it's not just about strength. It's camaraderie, and like partnership is what I heard. So definitely working towards and stepping in together, whatever this is, if it is partnership, or being in partnership with your spirit team, or however you feel like it is. But it does feel like it's really stepping into a magic where you feel supported, you feel protected, and I almost feel like this is the time where you can't lose. So I love you all. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.